First question. Since the shot is out, how do you feel? What's the how do you feel about the response? You're getting back from the people.
Well, I didn't expect this kind of great response. Like it was, um, first of all, when you're working on the shot for such a long time, you kind of forget in between what's going to happen to the shot. So actually, we didn't. We were planning to release it after a couple of weeks, but we just released it, even though we have some work left. But the kind of views it's getting on all the social media has been amazing. Like on Instagram, I guess it has reached like 70, 80K views, and it's a lot of people are appreciating it over Twitter and on Facebook, and yeah, it's got a really good response. Yeah, feels good about it.
Super happy. You're still in
Super
hangover.
happy.
So yeah, a little bit about you. Who are you and where are you from? And what do you do normally in day life? So and how do you know about CAW and what made you to choose CAW?
Oh, that's a long question. Sure, sure. My name is Abhishek Chandra, and I've been working in animation industry since 2003. And so yeah, I've been working in Indian studios like UTV, Maya, Tata Alexi, and then um, we started a studio called Digitales, and then formed a studio called Golden Robot. So I was working as supervisor as and animation director over there. And yeah, most of the projects that I've been working on, the kind of projects I got a chance to work on have been TV series or domestic Indian shows, some international projects also, but there was still something I felt that was missing, that I haven't experienced working on. That was creature shots and extremely realistic kind of stuff that I didn't get a chance to work on. So I thought, why not, let's take a break. And because I had a lot of love for it, I mean, cartoons, cartoony style and all is fine. I really like it, but the real inspiration for me to get into animation was something like a Jurassic Park or those kind of stuff. That was the thing that brought me into this profession. So I thought, oh, I'm not getting to do this, so why not learn it? And then that's when I started. I used to do some little practices on my own, but I knew this is something um, difficult, or you need somebody to teach you the methods of it, and the thing that is required to make a shot from a normal creature shot to extremely good quality, real looking shot, believable shot. I mean, it takes a lot to sell that kind of weight, the realism. I mean, it's very tough to learn on your own. I mean, the path becomes really long. So I thought, let me find some tutorials or some guidance or some teaching videos online. And that's when I started searching for resources. Then, I found a lot of digital tutors and those kind of things, and a lot of animation school videos. Like there are some resources on animation mentor site, and I animate, and these people, they keep sharing really good videos. But and again, I started doing some practice on my own. Then again, I thought, it's going to take long. I don't have much time, because I wanted to learn more in less time. So that's when I stumbled across some shots of Alok and I mean the students of CAW, and I thought, whoa, this is good. This looks really professional and high quality. And that's when I reached the website of CAW and saw the work of all the students, and that really impressed me. Man, this was like really feature kind of work which was happening, and the whole showreel was great. The crocodile shots and panther shots, and some there was Indominix shots also, a couple of them. And that's when I gave some time. I thought a bit, took some reviews from around, and what kind of schools, what kind of things that are being taught in the schools. And that's when I got to meet you actually online. We did a small session for our colleagues in the studio, and
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that
yeah. That the session with your
yeah,
colleagues. Yes, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
yeah. So that was a chance for me to get to know about you, get to meet you, and I was really impressed by the kind of passion you have for animation. I mean, um, the kind of dedication and passion, I don't have words actually to explain that. I
Okay.
was really impressed by the kind of eye you have for the quality, and um,
Sorry.
I don't have much words. You have to cut it out.
Thanks, man. Thank you, thanks for that. Well, so that was
Yeah.
a test basically, like you are trying to like get me into
No,
this
no,
thing.
no.
No, no, I'm just kidding. So this guy is really good. Maybe then I can go and join this guy. Okay.
No, no, no. It didn't happen. It happened other way around. I wasn't sure that I was going to join CAW. It
Right.
was like, oh, this guy's really good. Why not make him meet my colleagues, and let everybody be impressed by you, and get inspired to do better. So that's how it started. And I thought, whoa, I mean, this is the right place to learn from. So that's when I took a break, and took a few months of break, and did started learning at CAW, and did my crocodile shot. And yeah, that was fun. That's how it started, and that's where things changed a lot for me.
Okay, man.
Did I skip any question, or?
Yeah, no, no, you answered perfectly. That's awesome. That's really good stuff, man. And yeah, that was actually, yeah, I completely forgot about, that whole point was really good point where we actually come into this industry because of Jurassic Park. There was a, to our brains, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that is very true, man. That's very true.
yeah.
That's
Like first
one.
time I watched, I was like, I don't know, I was in eighth or something, seventh or eighth. I was, and we didn't used to. I used to live in a small town where there were very less movies that used to release. English was really, really
Rare.
rare. Something. I mean, it was very
Big
rare for
topic.
an English movie to come into a theater.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't know that.
So
Yes.
even they used to come, that used to be in Hindi, Hindi dub. But that's okay, It
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
so first time I watched Jurassic Park on a big screen, I was like, oh, look at that guy. What's happening?
True, true.
Was blown away, totally blown away by it.
Regarding journey with CAW, right? So, what are the
Yeah.
three best things that you like about workshop?
Hmm. Well, there's so many things actually. I will try to list top three of them. Uh, First of all, it's the, you mean technically or
Anything, whatever comes to your mind doesn't
anything?
matter.
Okay.
Like,
See, first of all, you learn that you need to have good patience, patience and a lot of patience to achieve something like that. And good quality shot, a good quality animation doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen. It's not like, okay, let me start and finish, and it will happen. You need to have a lot of patience, because quality, the kind of quality that people are expecting these days in VFX and good quality feature, for achieving something like that, you need to have that kind of patience, I guess. And which you really learn in this workshop, because uh, there's so many um, details that you start to notice that you didn't earlier. There is so many small things that make your shot from a normal shot to a CAW quality shot, I will say. So
okay.
yeah, first of all, I will say that the thing that I learned the most is the patience that you need to have. Secondly, you need to have the confidence in you. I will go very habit wise that I learned.
Yeah,
Technically,
yeah,
there are things that you can learn, you can pick up from
true.
here and there, probably from some tutorial or something. But these things, learning these things is, I think, changes the whole ball game. So the second thing is to have confidence on you, like the especially the demo video, or the kind of demos that you have given, and the workflow that you follow while animating. It was a lot to learn from there, that it's okay if things are not looking right, delete it. you know that's something that we are scared of while we are in production, because we have to save time, and sometimes we don't realize that instead of saving time, we are actually wasting our time in fixing something that might take more time, instead of doing that thing again. So yeah, that kind of confidence you should, I mean, we get to learn while working in while doing the assignment at CAW. So probably, let's say for example, the hip at certain section is not working, we are trying to fix it, XYZ, and we are lost between the graphs and keys, what is happening where. So before CAW, or general tendency was to go and find the problem and go, take a long path. So, but after CAW, there is a confidence that you can fix it. Don't worry. Even if you delete it, you can redo it, and probably that will be probably not probably. There's much better chance that it will be much better than what you had done before, because you get lost between those XYZs and graphs, and you don't know where the problem is. So instead, be confident on yourself that okay, you can. And even though you have learned already, you have learned that part, how what's going wrong with it, what is going good with it. So when you do it again, you focus on what is going to make it better, and where the problems are. So that kind of confidence we gain. I've gained while doing the workshop. Third thing is third thing is again something like that, non-technical, getting inspired from the mentor a lot. That things don't, first of all, things don't come easy. You have to work hard for it. But
Yeah.
the things that I've learned is that if you put that kind of work in it, you put that kind of, as we say, put a lot of love in it, you get the love back from your colleagues, from the industry. So don't hesitate in that. Don't worry if you're giving more time into something. The more love you give, the more love you will get back. And you don't have to. Sometimes we get lost in a lot of other things, technicalities and what other people are doing and those kind of things. So, I mean, that thing is also important, but most important is giving the whole attention, patience, and love to your work that you're doing. And yeah, there's so many of our colleagues who are working as I was fortunate that I could take a complete break, and work on it full time. But there's most of our colleagues in CAW, they are working on the assignments along with their jobs. So they are giving that their slice of life to CAW, and this thing is already paying them back. Most of them are working on their dream jobs already. They have how we'll say, they have earned they've already uh,
Yeah, they did earn that,
loss of words, man.
they
Loss of
deserve it,
words.
so they are actually enjoying the jobs right now. So
Yeah, I mean, they like, if I'll I mean, like most of the people, it becomes really tough for them to do a workshop along with working somewhere. But some of the people, you know they wake up really early, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, work on the workshop for 2-3 hours, then they do their job and their daily life. That also takes a lot of time. But the kind of dedication that people have given on it, it's really paying them back multiple folds.
yeah,
Yeah, if you want to achieve something big, it will take some sacrifice. And it's not a sacrifice, actually. Once you start learning the things with the workshop at CAW, you realize that it's how much you are enjoying it. Once you
yeah,
see the
exactly.
quality improving, it's a lot. So it gives you a lot of satisfaction, so that it doesn't feel like a sacrifice at all.
So awesome.
Right.
Man. Awesome. That's really good one. So technical parts now. No, it's okay. You have said that already. Like, yeah, that's awesome. Those three are really good: confidence, inspiration, and patience. That's something
Yeah.
new. That's a good one. That no, actually, everybody skips this issue. These are the ones actually internally they kind of develop without even them knowing it. Even
And
the
these
discipline
things,
also.
yeah, and these are the things actually we learn. Other things are byproduct, I guess.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
don't have patience, you'll be like, "Fuck this, I'm not doing it."
True, very true. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, once you're
Uh,
patient, okay, let's try this, let's try that. If that's not working out, let's try something else.
that is very
So
true.
you learn all those things. Like while working on this CAW, I picked up so many workflow changes, and that happened on its own. It's not like I went behind, okay, let me learn some
Yeah,
new workflow and then I will apply it on my, no. It was the requirement of the shot, because I had to achieve the corrections given by you. And there was, if I had gone the conventional way or normal way, it would have taken me maybe a lot of time, or probably it wouldn't have come out that nicely. So we had to come up with a lot of workflow changes, which is actually, I think, the healthier way to develop your workflow, instead of picking something off the shelf from somebody. So things like my shot was an interaction shot. So in the beginning, I was doing things, if I have to make a change in one character, especially when they are pulling each other up, So I had to come up with things like, how should I, constrain them? Should I constrain them, or should I constrain them with hip, the main body, and if I have to, let's say, place one guy somewhere else, now this guy has to go to him, so the whole thing changes. So
Right.
I had to, find out way how to do this faster. Otherwise, I'm gonna go and it's gonna take a lot of time in making even the slightest changes. So that's how I picked up, maybe I started using the layers more. I started using, um, putting the word space, local space. I used to, in my previous shot, I used to do it manually, make locator, plan.
Yeah.
So but I was like, okay, this is taking a lot of time. So I went back and find out some scripts about it. So now it happens in a couple of clicks.
True.
And then, with a shot like this big, these are 5 cut shots of this Trex versus Irex. So making even the slightest change, it used to affect the whole shot. So then I came up with some of the ideas like, some Animator tools plus graph editor, and, to combine the whole, select the all keys, and, somehow making like in editing a video in the Premiere. So I used to actually work like that in between, make this part shorter, make this part longer, the way we do in edit.
Yeah.
So that's how I was working in the Maya for a lot of times, because that was the requirement of the shot. So
True.
yeah, that's how. So all these things came as a byproduct, and of course, the gold mine was the demo videos that you do with everybody. Head shakes. Okay, check this video. How to get that
Yeah.
handled feeling of the camera. You see that video. And all those kind of solutions. So when I see those videos, it's not just that solution. It's a lot of workflow improvement that comes automatically in between. So those demo videos have been a lot helpful in picking up those technical. And the best thing that I learned out of it is, again, keep it simple. Don't get complicated in things. Not liking something, delete it, do it again. It will probably come out better. And I mean, don't be afraid of that. And and keep it simple. Keep it simple instead of getting lost in scripts and tools and
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's a very important question. Everybody, I guess, like, oh, how did you do that? How did you constrain? How did you do technical part? Like, I'm like, oh, probably you
That
also heard the same thing, right?
yeah,
People
yeah,
ask
yeah.
you.
Many times. I mean, I'm surprised that a lot of people who came back to me asking questions regarding my shot, and most of the questions have been around technical stuff only. That did you constrain the whole body? Did you constrain the neck? But that thing you have to come up with the. I mean, that is totally according to the shot that you're doing. Necessarily, it's not like that.
It's a part
Was
of
a
it as well.
particular.
It's not going to be whole journey, like, being sticking with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
constraints and yeah.
Yeah, that's a very small part of it. Yeah, of achieving, uh, of doing a shot like this.
CW after CW before CW, like, what was the difference as animator or like?
There is a huge difference, of course, because not only technically you learned a lot of things. As a artist, CAW helps you learn a lot, which is more important than learning things technically. Technically things can be learned through tutorials and those kind of things, but the kind of comments, the kind of attention, the kind of feedbacks you get in CAW, that helps you improve the artist inside you and especially the person inside you. So, as you become a better person, I guess, you learn more patience, learn more, you get more inspired by your mentor. So, that you have to be try to get, the best out of what you are going through the workshop. So yeah, I mean, initially, before starting it, there was a kind of fear of animating realistic creatures.
I think that's a good point. Everybody does that, right? Everybody have that now, actually.
Yeah, like everybody would love, I'm sure everybody would love to do quadrupeds or creatures and realistic animation, but there is, I mean, this is what I used to feel a kind of a fear that, you'll fall flat on the floor. And so that is a bit reduced. I won't say it has gone,
Okay.
because I think it will take a lot many years, to for that fear to go. But yeah, there is some comfort now, and that fear is less. That yeah, I can give it a shot now. I'm not totally scared, like, because The things that I've learned through the workshop has helped me do that. Like, first of all, that the eye has developed a bit for the details. Like, even I, like when I see other shots now, I can figure out some, the things that might make it improve. So that eye has developed a bit because the kind of corrections you give frame by frame. And you know sometimes even now also I can't figure out, how do you get it.
Okay, okay.
There might be something which is in perspective, in the back of the camera, and I don't know how do you figure it. I still haven't figured out that part. Probably I'll learn it over the years, not yet. But yeah, again, um, second thing is before and after. I've learned the importance of animating in 360. you know
That's a good one.
Earlier, when for the TC for the series and stuff, sometimes we ignore that part. We just animate for the camera because they shorter time, because we have to achieve things faster. But when it comes to achieving realistic quality, the really important thing that I have learned is that you have to make sure that the body mechanics working in true sense. Instead, for the camera is just there to shoot it. Your creature has to be balanced, and it has to go through the proper body mechanics in any angle, and then only it will look fine in the camera. So I've really um, I really learned the importance of that. And there's so many things. Technically, I'm a bit more comfortable on, putting the things in word space, local space, anytime. Those things were a little bit alien to me earlier. I mean, we didn't use it so much in the workflow. It used to happen rare, but now you understand the importance of it, dealing with when do you have to keep your things in word space, local space, and how important is it. Secondly, yeah, one thing before I forget, making sure where the movements and where the animation is coming from. You have to, like, the hip movements, chest movements, head movements. Earlier it was, not very sure of that where the animation is coming from, but now you have to be, and you have to in fact plan much ahead, that how do you want to handle a particular movement. You want to go with the COG, you want to go with the hip or chest and head. So that planning has improved a lot. Then your rotation orders, how do you keep it clean, how do you keep your graphs clean. Those things have come into um, the habit a bit more, lot more, I would say, before, after studying with CAW. Then there's so many guys who are studying around. They are so much helpful, and they share resources, references, help, and they cheer you a lot. Oh, come on, your shot is doing good. So you don't feel alone. You don't feel alienated that you are doing something alone in a boxed room. There's so many guys around you who are cheering you up. And yeah, I mean, it's a long list of before and after.
So the last question. So would you recommend CAW?
I mean, come on, man. Of course, I would like to push everybody to do CW. Come on, do it, man.
Like I get a lot of response from you guys saying that these guys are a bit more scared by seeing the quality. CAW is not for them. This is like something too high quality. I don't think we can do. So what is
Okay.
your advice for those kind of guys?
Well, I think this workshop for everybody, even if you are fresher or you have some experience or you have lots experience, uh, because first of all, the kind of attention and the kind of one-on-one response and one-on-one teaching and guidance that you get in CAW, I don't think any other school will be able, I mean, gives you. Um, not just It's not just an hour's lecture or something like that, or modules like that. It's totally one-on-one. It's totally about your shot and the kind of animator you are. So I will say it's totally tailored for you. So nobody has to worry that you don't you are not much experienced, or you haven't uh, worked a lot in the industry. That's totally okay. If you want to learn, if you want to improve your skills, and if you want to pick up creature animation and realistic animation, then you should definitely go for CAW creature animation workshop.
Thanks, man. Okay, this is for the workshop. Any advice for those guys who are just animating on their own, like passionate guys, who can't join
Okay.
without CRW on, what
Okay.
advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that people should not be. Sometimes people are scared or hesitant of taking references, which I think definitely they should. I mean, it depends. It depends. They want to roto it, or do it frame by frame, or just take the essence of it. That's totally secondary. But you should not be hesitant of taking references. It can be a short video of your own, even like for the creatures, some creatures like dinosaurs or something where you don't find exact references. So, but doing it totally without reference actually it takes a lot of time and a lot of hits and trials. So better, even if you're shooting yourself, you get some idea of the body mechanics and how the body responds, like how head responses with the chest and hip and heads, how the body mechanics works. You get some idea of it instead of having no idea at all and doing. So it basically just wastes some time of hit and trial. So yeah, you should not be hesitant of taking references or shooting references of your own. Of course you should not roto it, but yeah, you you get to learn how nature works with different animals, the how do the weight works with different body parts, and those little detailings like skin and muscle flexes, those things are really handy when you have a good reference in your hand, and that's what makes your animation believable. Secondly, mm, don't be in a rush, because quality comes with time and patience. Even if you are a beginner or a fresher, just be a little more patient and see a lot of work around you, and get connected with a lot of people, because everybody has their own solutions of the problems. Everybody inspires you in a different way. Everybody has a different kind of skill set, so be hungry for that. Talk to them, even if you are junior or senior or mid-level. Keep talking to people about, keep showing them your work. Don't be afraid that, oh, somebody might make fun of it or something. um, if you're showing it to one or two people, they are making fun of it, it's just two people making fun of it. If you do something bad work and put it out to the world, because you will have to, there will be lot more people making fun of it. So
No.
I mean, show it to your
Yeah,
friends so that you improve on your work.
cool.
So yeah, don't be hesitant of showing it to your peers,
Yeah. And most of the time, like, try to
colleagues.
get bug for the, try to bug everybody for the feedback, if you really wanted to improve, see what
Yeah,
comes back, in the feedback way. And there'll be like, I mean, like, if you like it, you take it. If you don't like it, just throw it in the bin. Doesn't matter, but at least like see how
yeah.
everybody thinks, and that's really good thing. Yeah.
But yeah, your friends or people who are not from that, because those people give you the very honest
Honestly,
reviews.
yeah.
And so yeah, show your work around is what I wanted to say, and try to learn from the people around you, your artist colleagues, your family, everybody. Watch a lot of creature movies. Keep watching,
Yeah.
because
That's
because
something. Yeah, that's something I really.
that develops,
Yeah.
yeah, that develops your eye for gravity, for body mechanics. A lot of things you learn, you absorb, even if you are not realizing. So you
True.
need to watch. You have to watch it. You have to love it and watch again and again. And especially, I mean, nowadays there's so many good work happening around, even in TV shows. I mean,
Yeah.
earlier it used to be one rare movie coming out in 1 year or 2 years, which had good creature. Now there's so many shows, so many movies producing such awesome creature stuff. So there's so many things that you can see and learn from, different kind of creatures, different kind of styles, different kind of quality levels. So there's lot more quality stuff out there for you to see, and so you should watch it a lot.
Cool, man. That's a
Yeah.
lot of advice. That's awesome. Thanks, man.